All right, I'm just going to do a brief lesson with fractional exponents that we went over in the class. So move this camera over and then let's shift this down a little bit. All right, let's get a started. Um, these type of equations, these type of questions are a little difficult if your basics are lacking a little bit, but I'm going to do the best I can and break it down with the calculator, and then I'm going to try and do it by hand. Okay, so first thing you do, it's multiple choice. So what I do here in the calculator is I just put it in. So I'm just going to go through a brief overview where everything is. So I'm just going to hit 9 where it's right there. So I'm going to punch in 9. And then I'm going to hit this arrow right there. So I'll punch that. And then there's a problem. You notice it's a fraction. So what I use, I will hit alpha. That's in the green right there. So punch that. And then y equals, which is up here. Then there's a display bar right there. So you, on your phone, you just hit it. You just punch it in. So now I'm in fraction mode. So I notice it's 3 over 2. So I'm going to hit 3 at the top. So you hit the number 3. And then you see it up here. Then you hit the arrow down. So you hit it down. And then it's 2. So you go down to 2. Punch that in right there. Then I'm still in exponent mode. If you notice what that marker is. So I hit the arrow right there. You got to be careful because these phones are very sensitive. And when I hit the arrow, it moved me up here. That's why I don't want to be. I want to be right next to the whole number. Now, that little dot there, that's a multiplication symbol. So I'll hit times. And then the number 27. And then hit that arrow right there. Now I'm in fraction mode. And then I'm going to hit 1/2. So again, you hit alpha, y equals. So alpha, y equals. Then you're there again at that screen. So you punch in n over d. And then you type in 1. And then make sure you hit down. And then half. Okay? Then it gives me 140. 140.29, a big number. So now I'm going to test all these answer choices. And whatever answer matches that 140.296 exactly, that got to be the answer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit enter on the calculator, which is down here. And I'm going to test my first answer choice. So I'm going to hit 3. And then I'm going to hit that little arrow up there. And then 2. Now I'm going to hit enter. Gives me 9. So that doesn't match with the 140. So choice 1 is out. Let me activate my pen. So choice 1 is definitely out. Pick up the calculator. Okay, so now my next choice is 3 and 9 over 2. So again, you go to 3 right there. So you punch in 3. And then you hit that little arrow again. And then you hit alpha, which is over here. And then y equals. Make sure you punch in the n over d. And then it's 9 over 2. 9. And then hit the arrow. Is it 2? Then I hit enter. And then it's 140296115. And then I'll scroll back up and go with your phone, use your finger because it's touchscreen. So those numbers match. So likely the answer choice would be 2. But I'm not a believer until I see the other choices. So I hit enter already. So now I'm going to put 2, 4, 3. And then I will still again hit that arrow up there. And then it's 2. And it gives you a big number. It gives you 59,049. So that's not it. So that choice is out. And then I'm going to test the last one. So it's going to be 2, 4, 3. Now I'm going to hit that arrow up there. Hit that arrow. And it's alpha, which is that button right here, the alpha button. And then y equals. As you can see, this takes practice. And then you hit the first one. And then I'll hit 3 over 4. And I got 61.54. So the only answer that makes sense is choice 2. All right, and then since I'm here, I'm gonna do it by hand. I'm gonna try to explain it best as I can. Okay, so 9 3 over 2 times 27 and 1/2. So it says equivalent to. So what I noticed at the bottom here, if you notice, they have 3, 3, 243, 243. So what I notice with fractional exponents, you want to have like bases. So I have to focus on, let me try to use a different color. So how do I make it like bases? So I'm going to focus on the 9 and the 27. So this is experience with exponents. So I know 9 is the same as 3 to the second power. Because 3 times 3 is 9. And then you keep that fractional exponent because we have to use the power rule. Times, now I have a base 3, and only way I could make that 27 to make this work to get one of these fractions here, it has to be a base 3. Now, this is the hard part. Now, how many 3's that multiply to give you 27? So the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to type in, get the calculator out. I'm going to type in 27. And then you go back up to that fractional exponent right there. So you hit upward. And then alpha again, which is here. Y equals, which is here. And then make sure you hit number 1. And then I'm going to hit to the 1/3. Because what the 1/3 do, it would tell you how many 3's that would break up the 27. If it's a whole number, that is your base. Which, that's what I thought. So now 3, that is your base for 27. And that's going to be to your 3rd power. Times, do not forget these fractional exponents right there. Like I said, this takes a little practice. You got to do several problems in order to get it. Now, the second step that what makes this hard, it's the power rule. You have to multiply 3/2 times 2, which will give you, we'll use a different color, which will give you, use orange, 3, because 2 times 3, that will give you 6, and you keep that denominator. Okay, so it's 6 over 2 times, same thing, 3 to the 3rd power, 3 to the half. 3 times 1 will give you 3. So you keep that base, before I forget. And then it's going to be a fraction. So 3 times 1, that's going to be 3. And then you keep the bottom number. Now, remember with fractions, when you're multiplying like bases, because I see a 3, I see a 3. And a 3 has to be here. And you have to add the exponents. So a lot of people don't feel comfortable with fractions. So that's why we have the calculator. So now it's going to be 2, 2, 2. And 6 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And if you notice, that's choice 2. So this is your final answer. Now, if you don't feel comfortable adding the exponents in fraction form, so what you do here is you hit alpha, which is right here, y equals, you punch in number with the first one, number 1, and then you're going to hit 3 over 2. So make sure you scroll over when you're next to the fraction. And then you're going to add the 3 over 2, which is right here. Actually, I messed up. It's 6 over 2 plus 3 over 2. Because remember, we had to combine these terms right here. So it's going to be alpha y equals fraction 6 over 2. Make sure you're out of the denominator. Plus, over at the bottom, 3 over 2, which is alpha y equals 3 over 2. And then you got 4.5. Convert that 4.5 to a fraction. You will hit math. And then you'll hit number 1 frac. All right, let's do this again. 4.5. Then you hit math, 1 frac, and it give you 9 over 2. Same thing. This calculator is a little glitchy. It's fine. It takes a little practice to get used to. All right, so have a good night. Hopefully this helped. Have a good night.